Hey guys, welcome back to Castle Story. So, we're in World Editor now, and as you can see the menu has changed a little bit. We are gonna go through it just quickly, and I will show you what you can do in here. So, the first one is terrain. You can create an island very easily. You have some options here. I don't exactly know what this is all about. I never really used that. But we can up the size a little bit and easily just create an island like that. It's just a flat piece because it's on top of the grid. So if you want to make an island like we have over here, you can do underside. And I really like to turn this one down quite a bit and this one up quite a bit. So we have some random looking terrain and it's not too bulky. So then you can click generate underside and that will generate the underside for the island, as you can see. So that's pretty easy. I'm just gonna leave this here for now. Then you have elevation where you can just bump up the terrain, make mountains like that. Same as the other one. You have some options over here for the size and the intensity, which is really nice. Then you have plateau, which just levels it out a little bit, which is nice if you want to create slopes like we are gonna do today. And then you have smooth. Well, it's basically, it works a little bit the same as the plateau one, but it just creates a nice smooth surface. So that's also something we're going to use quite a bit today. We have grass. We can now change the grass color. So let's see, you have here, this is a normal type of grass. We can put snow on top of the mountains, which I don't think we're gonna do in this map. We have cobblestone, which can be really nice to create paths. Maybe we can even add some of that in here. I'm not completely sure yet if I want to do that. Then we have the thick grass, which looks a little bit darker. This is gonna create a little bit of a just a randomness in grass color, which I really like. And then we have clovers, so that's even darker, and you can see there's just the texture on there. It's really flat texture, but it does its job well enough. So there you have the three different types of grass. So I do like to paint my terrain quite a bit, and that's also something I'm gonna do. We have the tree brush. We can just add trees. The longer you hold it in, the bigger they become. Same as all the other ones, you can increase the size or the intensity. So seems like you have that option for everything, which is just a nice thing to have. Some different trees would be cool too. Yeah, if you hold control, they're gone again. Then we have the different plant types. Plants are really essential. We need to gather those for making ropes and fabric and stuff like that. But we do have some cool different ones. So that's gonna create some cool different colors in here, which we definitely can use in this game. But yeah, I didn't notice before, but if you hover over it and you hold it in, the previous plants become bigger as well. So it doesn't replace the type, but it just makes it bigger. So let's add some more of these. Let's delete some of these. Have some of these in here. These look the same. Are they the same? Maybe they are bigger. I don't know. And then we have these ones. So, really nice variation in plants. I wish we had the same for trees. But you can see how cool we can just make these little islands, and it's gonna change this boring flat terrain without any color differences into something really nice looking. I'm just gonna delete some of these so I can show you what else we got in here. We have the boulders, so you can add just some boulders in here, make them big or small. We have iron, and we have the brimstone. So this is all the resources we are gonna need for our map to play in, and we're definitely gonna just add some of those all around the island, the main island. We're gonna create a different island below this, like you really need to get up here to get to this bigger island with the castle on it, and I have no clue yet how exactly everything is gonna look, but I do know it's probably gonna be pretty cool. So that's for the terrain. You have these markers over here. You can add some markers for our player spawn, which we already have, of course. That's the one over here. We can add the crystals. If you would play Conquest, or for what we're gonna do with Invasion, you can gather these crystals, and we're gonna make small islands we need to travel to and make bridges to, all that kind of fun stuff. So we have some missions to venture out a little bit and gather these crystals for some extra XP. And then you have the enemy spawns. So you can just add those, and we can now decide where we want our enemies to spawn from, and that's gonna be something like down there. Let's see, we have times, you can just pause the time, which is really nice to have. Then we have our minimap and the grid functions. So you can make it visible, the grid. You can instead of locking to the camera, you can choose your own height for the grid, which is really nice. Let's see, let's get it on there so I can delete that bit. Let's see, that just easily like that. So I guess that's all there is to it. Let's see, our grid is too high right now, so we're just gonna lower that down, and I am gonna skip at some point. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I want to extend this a little bit, so they will come up from this side. That's what we decided, right? So if we have a catapult here, we have some space to attack them. But I am gonna skip some stuff here and there, because this is gonna take a while, and hopefully I will just get this done today. I think that might be a little bit ambitious, but we'll see how we go. And with today, I mean for me, not for you guys. I am gonna split this up in multiple episodes, of course, but I would like to get this done today. That would be amazing. Now this is all flat now. I have to remember to generate the underside, because if something goes wrong and we do decide to place more blocks in here and build a tower with the bricktons, if they dig down one block, everything will just fall down into nothingness. So I have to remember to do that. Now I'm gonna go and lower the grid down a little bit. You can see the line on the wall over here. I think something like this is a good start. Then I'm gonna create island, and I'm just gonna take it step by step. Oh, this is maybe still too high. We can do a little bit lower than this. So I'm just gonna switch between this, and this is a little bit boring, so I don't know how much of this I will show you, but at least the planning of it, we can show that. And this is already starting to be a problem, so I'm just gonna quickly generate the underside. So we can now edit this, and do I want to do this with plateau? I think so. So yeah, this works quite well. So we can just smooth that out, and grass will be visible again. And I think this is just the way I'm gonna create the slope in here. The only tool that can create land outside of the land you already have is island. So if I want to do elevation up here, that's not gonna work. Same for plateau and smooth. So let's see. Now the thing is, I don't want to make this too extremely big, you know, because we do need to venture out a little bit and walk all the way to the places I'm gonna create. So I need to think about the size of all this. Just gonna lower down the grid again a little bit. And do island again. It's kind of nice how this just attaches the two the existing land. We do have a gap now over here, and this is something we're gonna have to fix. You kind of need to work from the lowest point, so we're now just gonna work down, but after it we're gonna have to adjust the higher points if we want to have this a little bit wider or whatever. So I think I'm just gonna go and do this for a while until I have a nice slope to work with, and then we're gonna go to the next island that's gonna be beneath this, and just gonna create some fun little pieces we can walk around and the enemies can walk around. Some cool pieces for resources and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'll get to work on that. Alright, so I have been creating this slope a little bit, and you can come down from two sides over here. And now I'm thinking maybe I want to make something that goes a little bit up again over here and create the enemy spawn over there somewhere. Maybe I should do it a little bit further away. I am not exactly sure. I haven't really seen another invasion map and how far the spawns are, but I think it's quite a trip to get up here, so we shouldn't do it too far away. But I am gonna extend this bit of land a little bit. Create a little bit of random terrain over here. And if we want to get rid of something, we can always do that. But having some extra land is definitely good, because as you can see how lower we go, and I didn't know this myself, but this thick piece of land yeah, is created, and I don't really like that. So what I'm gonna do over here is just use the plateau tool and make this go a little bit lower. Why is this bit of land over there? Yeah, smooth tool gets rid of that. So we're just gonna smooth this out a little bit and create some random terrain over here, and later on I will fix it up nicely so it looks cool. But I think I want to do that everywhere so that it just doesn't look like this big block, which really doesn't look good. Same for this mountain over here. So I will extend this mountain down and make it look a little bit more random. Now over here we're going in with the smooth tool, because that brings back, and it kind of just goes wherever you point to. So we pick up this piece of land, kind of works the same as Planet Coaster in that way. You pick up this piece of land and you just swipe it down to where you want to go, because if you want to go over here, you create the randomness up, and we want to create the randomness down. So we're just gonna do that for this over here, and just gently go down a bit. Make it so that this looks also a little bit random. Now this is now a little bit too high, so I'm gonna take it from below here and push it upwards a little bit. And this way we're just gonna create this slope. Like that. I think that's already starting to look pretty good. I need to do something with this corner. Maybe something like that. Now be careful with the smooth tool. Something like this. So I will just go over it a few times and make something that looks a little bit awesome. Have some terrain in here. I think this is gonna look pretty cool. Same for this side. We're just gonna go down. As you can see, I've already been working on this piece of land so that this looks a little bit more random. And it goes down a little bit. And we'll just create another path to get up here from this side. So now what I want to do is just randomize this land a little bit, so we have some different heights to work with and have some cool looking terrain. We don't want it to be flat and boring, so we're gonna make the grid a little bit higher. I think to about here should be good. And I'm gonna start creating this bit of land over here, and being careful not to scrape too much away from the top side. We can also add it again later when we are done with this, so that's why I'm also working on this over here first, because the top part we're gonna have to adjust to what we did to the bottom. So I'm not gonna go too much into our spot over here until I'm done with the lower parts, with the borders of the lower parts at least. So something like that. I think I just want to make a way up here. Make this a little bit sloped down. Again, go in with the smooth tool. Something like this. And I think I want it a little bit higher even over here. Turn down the size a little bit. And now I want this part higher. I can just do that. That works. So now we just have this nice layered plateau over here. We can put down some trees over there. Ooh, did not want to do that. A little bit of randomness is good. Might even be better just to have this small path to go up, you know. Yeah, I think I like that more. So, just gonna create another one over here. Make it a little bit random looking. Just want to smooth this out a little bit. Maybe a way to get up there. Something like this. Maybe something to get up here. A little bit of random land so we can place some trees and resources down, and I think that will work pretty good. So next thing I want to do is, like I said, I want to make this part higher. Get the size up a little bit again. Like this. And we're just gonna create some different pieces of land. And start to work towards islands. I don't want the Corruptrons to be on islands because I don't think they can make bridges. Stuff like that, but maybe have this canyon in here. And make their spawn behind here somewhere. Maybe that will work. Now I need to lower down the grid again. So we can actually make a canyon in here. Get a bit smaller. And maybe this is their spot. This is maybe where they spawn from. Let's see how that looks. Maybe even more behind here. Yeah, I think that would be good. I'm gonna adjust the timer for invasion, like I said. I'm gonna see how that works, if I can do that. If I can make that work. And just see how that is gonna work out for us. If we can give ourselves some more time to prepare, to build, that would be good, between how often enemies just spawn in and attack you. Now let's generate this underside so we can work a little bit with it. Let's see how this looks. And I don't want to go much lower than this because that would just give us more work to work on the island and the sides of this. That is something I'm gonna do off screen, just make it look good. Let's see how this looks on the minimap. Starting to look like something. But with this we can start making smaller islands around, maybe on different heights. Maybe we need to go over here and build a bridge to a smaller island over here. Something like that. We're just gonna do some fun stuff and see how we would play in this. I'm really trying to think of how this would work for when we start playing in this. There can't be too much space between everything because bridges won't reach that far, I think. Far enough, but can't just have a major gap like this. I don't think the bridges will reach that far. And also they can go up a little bit, but not too much. So I'm just gonna work on this a little bit more and let's see. Yeah, we're already at 20 minutes, guys. Wow, that went by so fast. Probably because I had to explain some stuff in the beginning too. But we've got some real work done here, so I'm good with that. I guess I'm gonna wrap it up over here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.